Okay, class, welcome to video three for your serial podcast essay. This is video number three, which is going to be focusing on writing the conclusion for your outline and for your essay, which is the last paragraph, as you know, of your essay. So, first things first, you should always have your essay outline open. So, if you don't have the outline open, please stop the video at this moment and have this outline open on your tabs. Okay, if you have this outline open, then we're gonna scroll down to the conclusion in just a second. As you can see, this one is mostly blank. Yours should all be pretty much filled in. All these boxes should be complete. Your body paragraphs, these should all be done as well at this point. You should have three body paragraphs outlined and completed. Again, this one is blank because this is a template, but all of these boxes up until the conclusion should be done. So if you have not completed this entire section for your three body paragraphs, then you need to pause the video and you need to do these three body paragraphs now. So pause the video and do that now. Okay, I'm assuming that you guys are here because you want to write your conclusion. So let's talk about the conclusion. So I'm going to scroll down here to the conclusion and briefly read it and then discuss it with you. So, as you know, when you conclusion is meant to close out an argument by restating the position and the thesis statement, making connections to a broader context, and closing your essay with some strong words or food for thought, or basically what I like to call just some final thoughts that you have. Right? So, first things first is that you need to close out the argument by restating your position and your thesis. All right. So you're basically restating your thesis statement. Now, a lot of people are taught to write in conclusion and then restate their thesis. We're not going to do that because this is just a very elementary kind of seventh grade way of writing an essay. You don't need to write in conclusion. You can write a different transition word if you want to use therefore or to summarize or just something different than in conclusion. You can do that, or you don't have to do anything, and I'll just show you how you can do that. Right? But what you need to do is restate your thesis statement. So what you want to do is you want to go back up to your thesis statement here, and I'm just going to kind of copy mine. Now you notice mine is incomplete because it's a template. I don't have my second and third points there. But I'm going to come all the way back down here, and I'm just going to paste it. All right. But you want to restate your thesis statement in slightly different words. So I would change this thesis statement. So I could say instead of saying after listening to the entire serial season one podcast again, I'm just going to delete that part. I'm going to write something different. So like I said, I might say therefore as my transition statement. Adnan Syed was rightfully convicted of murder. Now, I might want to change this language a little bit. Instead of saying rightfully convicted of murder, I might say, therefore, Adnan Syed was uh, improperly found guilty of murder and should be released from prison. All right. So again, I just changed the words just slightly, so I'm not writing the exact same thing that I wrote before. You can if you could change your points around too for your first, your second, and your third points to slightly different language. That would even be better as well. But for this case, you don't necessarily have to. So what I want you to do right now is to now pause the video and write your thesis statement again in this box. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, if you're back, then I'm assuming that you have your thesis statement written out in slightly different words. So now that you've restated your thesis statement, you're now ready to make broader connections or close out your argument with some final thoughts or food for thought. That is stuff to leave your reader with thinking about, and so on and so forth. So this is your own writing. I can't do this for you, unfortunately, but it's your final thoughts. Without, remember, don't use I. Don't put yourself into the essay, but close this essay out by just kind of elaborating on the topic and the issue at hand. Whatever you were discussing, just kind of give your own kind of final thoughts, maybe related to our world today, maybe That's where it says make connection to a broader context. Maybe just kind of give your readers some advice on this topic, whatever you feel works. You want to write that out. You want to write out at least 3 to 5 more sentences right here in this spot, where you give some final thoughts or close out your essay. But this is completely up to you. I cannot do this for you, and I don't want to show you any examples because you can most likely just take mine, and that would make it too easy, right? So this is your own writing, your own strong, persuasive language, closing out your essay. So I'd like you to do right now is to pause the video and write a finishing conclusion in this paragraph. Okay, if you're back, then I'm assuming that you have your conclusion done, and this whole box is filled, and you have at least 3 to 5 more sentences after your thesis statement to close out your paper. And that should mean that your entire essay or outline should all be done. All these boxes should be completed from the introduction to your first body paragraph, to your second body paragraph, to your third body paragraph, and your conclusion. They should all be done, which leaves you to one more step, which I'll show you on another video, and that's to put all this information onto your final draft. All right, that is it, and congratulations, you are done outlining your essay.